Hello, everybody. Welcome to Super Replay, space, Banjo-Kazooie, nuts, ampersand, bolts.
Oh, there we go.
I am Kyle Hilliard. I'm here with Marcus Stewart. What's up, Marcus?
Hey, back feeling refreshed, or you're probably feeling pretty refreshed. You took a nice vacation.
Yeah, I had last week fully off, and I think I'm assuming you were off or busy on Friday, so we did skip a week,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah, I took off Friday.
Okay, cool. Good.
I was trying to
As
find
you should.
I was like, I'm going to go on vacation with Kyle without telling him and having no knowledge of what he is doing or where he is, but I'll figure it out.
I'll just drive to where I assume he might be. I don't know.
It was going to be a surprise. It didn't work out.
But yeah, we were talking about it right before we started streaming. Marcus thinks, and I trust you in this, that we're probably we're pretty well past halfway, right? Maybe at the 70%.
Well past, halfway,
okay.
But halfway. It's
halfway.
My
okay.
God.
Well, I'm gonna change my tweet to "we're about the halfway point to well past."
You don't want to. Yeah, it's very important that you think the semantics right. I got a new wheel. Or
hey,
it's
congratulations!
A standard wheel, so it doesn't look great. Honestly, it's probably worse than the wheel we have. I think we have a we got all-terrain wheels.
Can we get a better chair? That was the big problem we were running into last week.
We got a couch, but it's for guests. We don't have a cockpit
it's
chair.
For guests.
Yeah, so I don't know if we'll ever use that couch for anything. It's a nice looking couch, but
yeah. What was it in the Lego movie? I forget what that was called. The something couch. Where it was a couch on top of a couch, and then people would sit on
bunk
top.
bed, the double-decker
couch.
couch.
What was that called? Double-decker couch?
Yeah, that was and it's big, $1 million idea. He's really adamant about that, which I mean...
What a good bit.
I don't think it's a bad idea.
It's such a good movie.
I still haven't seen the sequel.
Yeah, it's solid. It's good.
It's the only one
of
the Lego movies, I guess. I've seen the Batman one, which I really like too.
Yeah, that one's really good.
Yeah, but it's in that weird group of sequels to movies that I really like that I have not watched. This is even wilder, but I still haven't seen Deadpool 2, and I really like the first Deadpool.
Deadpool 2?
Yeah.
Is that what you said? Okay.
Did you see Deadpool 2? Deadpool?
Yeah, I saw it. I watched, there was the PG-13 version as well that I watched at some point because my kid was weirdly interested in Deadpool. She heard about him from somewhere. I don't know what happened. It was weird.
Society.
Yeah, I guess. So we watched the PG-13 version.
Did that Christmas version ever come out?
Yeah, that's the PG. Well, actually, I don't know. I think so. It was they recut the movie and added this weird context where they were making fun of the Princess Bride, where Deadpool was reading Deadpool 2 as a story to an adult Fred, what's his name?
Oh,
we all know him.
Is it the dude with the glasses? It's his buddy?
No, it was you've seen the Princess Bride, right?
Yes, though more recently than you might
Savage.
Think.
Yeah.
The Princess Bride until very recently was one of my big shames of everyone's seen this movie, but I've never seen it.
Oh, one of those? Yeah.
Yeah, I saw it a year ago.
Yeah, so the whole bit of that recut version is Deadpool is reading, telling Fred, an adult Fred Savage, in his Princess Bride bedroom with his Princess Bride clothing, the story of Deadpool 2, and it's a little sanitized so it can hit the PG. It's a very strange idea that I don't think people just sort of didn't really care about, but I was I kind of like that they did this weird thing. Why not?
Is this might be morbid, but is Fred Savage the only surviving member of the Princess Bride of the main cast that's left?
No, almost all of them are still alive.
Okay,
except for the guy that plays his
Andre.
grandpa. Yeah, oh right, Andre the Giant. But I think everyone else is. Carrie Elwes is still out there doing stuff, and yeah.
I mean, I know that movie's not that old, but I don't know why I was should I? They're still with us, those guys.
Yeah.
Also,
yeah,
I
think almost whole cast. Yeah.
Look at this big X card that they're giving me.
Is that the Xbox card?
It's the original Xbox when it was just a big X. Remember Remember the big silver X
Oh,
version of
right.
it? You know, I saw that
Yeah.
in person last year because
Last year?
when I went to Nintendo of America for the Bayonetta 3 cover story. My hotel was right next to the Microsoft campus, so I just sort of strolled over there one day and went to their visitor center, and it's just got
Oh,
like
they
all
have like
these-
an area you can just go in?
Yeah, it's just like literally it's just a visitor center. Like, hey, look at Microsoft artifacts. Here's the first like computer we made, like that kind of stuff.
That's cool.
But yeah, they have the silver Xbox with the big X on display, and it was fun to see that thing in person.
I never fully understood if that. So that was like that truly was its design at one point.
It was. I think it was like a concept, like like the PS3 Boomerang controller.
Right.
It's kind of like that for the Xbox. It was like I don't know how seriously they were about like yeah I think we'll stick with this. But yeah, that thing is big.
I remember seeing that thing and just being like, this is absurd, you know? Like, just a picture of it. I mean, I was just like, where do I even put that thing, you know?
It'd be nice or cool if they ever just went back to that, like as a special edition console. Sorry, I'm trying to add this back on. I don't remember how to.
Oh, wait, I think if you get in the vehicle, maybe, then you can magnet it
there
to
it
it.
is.
Oh, that worked.
Well, I kept
okay.
hitting the edit button and not the stick it to the car button. That one.
The old stick to the
Also,
car.
this
It looks
is
like
weird to drive just because of how off-center Banjo is.
And it looks like, I think you're still missing a piece. I think it's long gone at this point, though.
It's probably not important.
Yeah.
I hope. All right.
I do like this vehicle, though. It's so funky. Like, what are you supposed to do with it exactly?
I don't know. I see this big field. Also, now that I'm really looking at it, this has to be a direct reference to the Xbox. Like that Xbox, right? Because of all the other 360 meta humor. It's like, that is actually what they're going for, right?
Yeah. I mean, it's either that or just a less referential, just like, oh, it's Xbox, so it's a big X, you know, as opposed to
Oh, I can shoot.
directly relating to the console. Oh, it got guns?
Yeah, it's got a rocket. Okay, there's like a wrecking ball or like a punching bag up there. I thought this would suck me up or something or make me go higher. I don't like this little tractor beam, but maybe it's just showing me that it's there. Kyle, believe it or not, I don't think I've got a full grasp of an objective of a side mission.
I know. I was just about to say, this is, I'll warn you in advance, this is the question I ask for almost every single one of these. But the question is, what are we supposed to be doing here again?
Let's see. I read it too. Bottles needs to get down to the central CPU chip to get down to the chip to reboot the system. A vehicle with a passenger seat will be required to. So wait, do I need him? Is that?
Well, I mean, then okay, are you just supposed to take him?
Wait, he's right here.
Yeah.
Is he not there to hold?
No, he was.
Oh.
Or unless he did get
Did he
knocked
fall?
off.
Maybe he fell out when I got. Yeah, maybe. I was gonna say, like, I assume I would have to take him to the little blue, and then he'll do whatever he has to do. Oh boy.
Did he just fall out? No. Okay.
No, wait, he did.
Are you sure?
It replaced. You see, it's a dummy there now.
Oh, that is absolute. That must be what happened. I thought the dummy was like the person you were. Okay.
Yeah, I kind of wish they just left it empty, so I don't think it's him.
Right. Yeah.
Not sure what replacing it with a dummy, like how that helps, but yeah, he fell. Okay, I see his little heart. All right, can he?
Okay. So you have to. I think the goal probably is, despite the joy of, just falling from the ceiling, like you do. I guess you have to take a more direct path to there. I mean, is it worth just restarting at this point?
That's it. All right. See, Zach Blakey in chat. Hello.
Yeah, hey, Zach. He said, Zach said it was great. I'm not sure. I'm guessing he was referring to our either Lego Movie 2 or Deadpool 2 conversation.
Or just maybe it's us. Maybe Zach.
Oh, you lost him again.
Wait, what?
Yeah, he gets knocked out real easily.
Okay.
Can you just? God, with him
Well,
falling out.
Well, I can't pick him. Well, I guess if I drive closely, he'll just jump in.
You can beat the crap out of him, I guess. That's something.
I mean, that's for falling out. Whoops. Nope, get out of there.
Oh boy, what's happening?
I'm just gonna bring it to him.
I like this music.
Oh boy.
What are you supposed to do here? Okay,
Maybe I
can you
get
get
in and then he'll get in.
Yeah. Let's see.
Okay, there you go.
So you just kind of have to have the vehicle close to him.
You know, it's weird that he's so, like, passive about this, considering he's the one asking me for help. He fell out again!
Wow. So you really just... Why does he fall out so
It's like the
easily?
slightest bump, and he just goes flying. He's like my chair. So we can't even, like, drop down in skill. Like, we gotta follow the path. Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah, you got to, like...
Oh, wow, okay.
What is that thing? Is that an enemy?
It's roadkill now.
Right.
Can we strap bottles in? Can he put on a seatbelt or something?
Yep,
Oh my
okay.
God. I hate that. I really wish they didn't put the dummy there because it keeps tricking me.
Right, you just have to notice that, like, suddenly the heart icon is being pointed not at your car, right?
Also, I have to worry about his health, too, because I realize he's half health, so...
Oh, gosh.
Another thing I got to juggle. Alright, I think got, like, maybe one more floor? I think we're good?
Because you have to go down to the bottom.
there we go.
Oh, there you go. Don't let him out. Don't let
We're
him
still
fall
in the
out.
blue on the meter, too, so that's good. Okay, is that it?
Okay, there we go. I think you got a jiggy for that one.
And I think I got a TT trophy if that's...
I need my laptop. Well, you have to go back up and get his laptop?
Okay, it's like a separate object. Okay.
Oh, well.
Gotta climb all
The
the way
timer's
back
still-
up there?
The
Yeah,
timer's
it's
still good.
you think the
Okay.
laptop is as fragile as him? It's oh my god, these guys are the worst. These fan guys.
Well, how come that didn't knock him out?
Well, he's not in it.
Oh, he's not?
Yeah, he's staying with the thing. He just needs me to go get his laptop.
You have to go get the laptop. Okay. Whoa. Whoa, this is some fancy moves right there, man.
And you know, an X is the best shape for all-terrain vehicle. Like you can fits in most places or whatever. I don't know. Remember that that news report recently where they I don't know if they invented or discovered a new shape, but it was like we found a new shape that we didn't think was possible, but it is, and this is like the perfect shape because it fits perfectly. Like if you tile it, basically, it always fits or something.
I did hear about it. It's they found a shape that never repeats, like the sort of pattern. Yeah. I do remember that. Yeah, I think Jeff Marchiafava told me about that actually. I think on the Min-Max show.
Oh, okay. Yeah, maybe we should make that shape as a car, and that just means it can never get stuck or nothing bad can ever happen to it because it's just I don't know. That's the same.
Hold on,
that's the same thing.
Just drop down. Don't worry, right? Like because the laptop
it's
you
got
can pick up.
It's got a heart.
Just try it, man. Just go off the edge. Just
boy.
Let's do it. See?
Oh, that did hurt
fine.
it, but not too bad.
But not much.
Yeah, okay.
All right, see, and you're cutting it close because I think once you're out of the yellow, no jiggy, right?
Right. You think he would have a harder time flying out than the laptop that is not strapped down at all, but
what is the color? So the yellow, if you complete
blue,
something within the yellow, you still get a jiggy, but
blue gives you the TT trophy.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Did you know it can be? Wait, what? Is this, oh no, I don't. No, I'm done with you, Bottles. You are.
Yeah, you're.
Pain.
Yeah, you kind of suck, bro.
Get better, please. Excuse me. There's one more challenge. Oh, I think it's down actually.
Yeah, we don't have bottles and health meters to worry about anymore.
We're wild and free. There we go. It's our girl. What's her name? Jumbo Mumbo.
Our girl, what's her name? Humba Wumba.
Oh, I'm sorry. My mistake.
Right?
Probably.
Which is, it's got to be a reference to Chumbawamba, right?
What is
I
that?
get knocked down. You don't know Chumbawamba? Come on, we're not.
Oh, wait, the
you're
song?
Not that much of a band.
But it's like the I get knocked down.
Yeah.
I never
Hub
knew.
thumping.
I've never known the name of the artist of that song.
Yeah,
What
man,
is it?
Chumbawamba.
Oh,
And their
wow.
anarchist anthem, Tub Thumping.
Is that the name of the song?
Tub thumping, yeah.
Oh, I've never known the title or the band, but I remember being in elementary school and hearing it a lot when it came out.
Yeah.
It was like the anthem of a generation, I think is what we we refer to it as, right?
Yeah, I mean, that was like one of my first CDs, I feel like. I was like really into that album.
One of my first
CDs, for anyone watching, is how we used to listen to music. It was short for compact discs.
Yes. It's also the name of the like soldier program from Final Fantasy VIII, but it was spelled SEED.
Oh, I got so confused there for a moment, Marcus, because I was like, there was a soldier program in Final Fantasy called Tub Thumping?
It was like CDs in Final Fantasy VIII were more or less their version of Soldier from 7.
Okay, there we go. That makes
but
more
like
sense.
if they were all teenage students. It's like a really extreme like oh god, what was the like kiddie army program that some high school students did, like where they had the flags and stuff.
ROTC.
ROTC, yeah. There's like a really cooler version of that, I guess.
Speaking of cool, what are you driving? What is that?
I think it's that shape that Jeff told you about.
Is that right? The
and it
repeating.
just tipped over
Oh,
on
no.
us. All right, we're restarting.
Oh, weird. And then you're like up in the sort of cherry picker of it, right? Is that what they call those things? Right?
Yeah, basically. I would like to see a cherry picker that looked like this. Like, you just go outside and you see a guy fixing an electrical pole on top of one of these.
I mean, I think you, to a certain degree, certain ones, I think you can control it from up there. So, like, I think...
Oh, my gosh.
Wait, how do you... Okay, but you can sort of just get right back up. Okay,
Yeah.
that's not too bad.
Like,
You
I
get
think
knocked
this is a
down.
basic challenge.
But you get up again.
I don't know the rest of the word. I just know that part. And
Pissing
then the
the
part
night
where the
away.
guy
That's
is
what
like, I don't know what he says, but it's like that. It's that melody.
That
right?
classic song.
Yeah.
That band, they're like weirdly super hyper political and anarchists, and like I wonder if that song was ever licensed anywhere, because I don't think they would put up with that. I don't think they would ever license that song.
Are they still active? They strike me as like, at this point in their careers, they'd be playing like a state fair.
Let's look it up. I'm curious now. Should ask Blake Hester. He probably knows all their discography and like he just like knows everything about every band I've forgotten about my whole
He's like, I
life.
saw them play last week.
I know, it's impressive. Breakup. They broke up in 2012.
Okay. It's tragic. I guess, I don't know.
I guess they're not. They're not an active group anymore.
Isn't
There's a lot of members actually.
Blink 182 is breaking up, right? Or is it Sum 41? It's one of them.
Some 41. No, Blink-182 just got back together,
Then
and they're
it's Sum
releasing a new
41
album, which is
Okay.
very exciting because I unabashedly, genuinely love Blink-182.
My brother went through a Blink 182 phase during their heyday, and that's how I was exposed to them. Which
Yeah.
is weird because he was not like a rock guy. He was pretty much just like rap primarily. But in
But
their
that one band stuck out.
yeah, like he was like an all the small things guy. And I was like, this
Yeah,
is an
I,
interesting phase for you.
Yeah, that's the band I would like listen to learn drums and stuff like that. I really genuinely love Blink-182. Yeah, Sum 41 breaking up after 27 years.
Okay. Yeah, I was
On
like,
this
I know
article on NPR from May 9th. Yeah, I like
Were
Sum
you a
41.
Sum 41 fan?
Yeah, I liked them all right. Was never a super fan, but I enjoyed them.
Yeah. Pour one out for Sum 41, chat. Everyone reveres him, right? Where's the exit?
You know what? Oscar, hello in the chat, says, happy everybody 1-2 Switch Day. The game is available now. I forgot that was today.
Yeah, we should be playing that right now, I guess, right?
Yeah, I think Ryan's checking it out.
Bless his heart.
I actually that feels like the perfect game to just boot up and stream. We should have considered that.
Do you have a copy? I don't.
I think Shay has it. I think Shay's checking it out. Brian's Shay.
How do I? Oh, okay. I
Yeah,
forgot
go
that
to
these sort of special stages, they don't really have an exit. You just sort of just go in the menu.
Oh, right. Yeah.
Because we have one more that we unlocked.
Ooh. Marcus, I might have to just go buy a copy. It's only $30.
I mean, it's your money, Kyle.
It's right.
If you want to hang out with MC Horse,
Yeah, hell yeah, I want to meet MC Horse. I do have a fascination with games that are like, because this maybe it won't be, but it just feels like one of those games that in a couple years would be like, remember they released a sequel to 1-2 Switch? Do you remember that? And like some people will be like, they did? No, it'll just be like one of those like history will quickly forget kind of games. And I do like to have those, you know?
You're going to find out that it's like surprisingly valuable on eBay. Because they didn't print a ton of copies. They're like, this thing's probably going to sell. So now everybody's 1-2 Switch goes for like $500.
Like again, this is very much that's your money, Kyle. Like I went and bought Balan Wonderworld, like a physical copy, because I just know that in a couple years.
Was this at launch or was this like after the review
I think I
period?
paid $60 for Balan Wonderworld if it was like
wow.
a $60 game. Like, because I just like and I could be totally wrong, but I feel like in a couple years we're just gonna be like, God, Balan Wonderworld. We're gonna be super replaying Balan Wonderworld in the same way we replay just like old bizarre, footnotes of video game history. Like I love those kind of stories.
We'll save it for when the day that he gets released from prison, Yuji Naka. It'll be like his celebration of like, welcome back to society.
I know. I mean, that's the thing, right? It's like in a couple of years going to be like, oh man, remember when the creator of Sonic got arrested, and right before that he released that bizarre Balan Wonderworld game,
and then he threw Square under the bus for why it was bad publicly.
Weird story.
Oh, look at this weird contrast. Like another tall, just like cherry picker, but with a couch. Jobsworth Pikelet?
Pikelet or Pikelet Pogo? Pikelet Pogo?
Okay. A flying vehicle incorporating the... Okay, so I gotta...
Oh, it's flying.
Check the serial numbers on the console's cameras by taking photos. Okay, I've never... Is there a photo mode that I like a...
Is it a button?
Let's see.
Well, you got to figure it out.
Unless it just automatically takes the photo when I get close.
Yeah, I was looking to see because usually if you have like a gun or something in the top right corner, it'll say like, you can press the X button to shoot the gun or whatever, but this doesn't have that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess just get close to one and see what happens. Maybe it's like an auto thing.
Oh my god. Look at him just chilling now.
Oh, God, that's so weird. Okay, so that's the sort of guest seat, right? That
I'm in the
recently?
middle.
All right, so what happens here?
Let's see. Okay.
Okay, all right, so he
That's
just sort of like automatically takes a photo. Okay.
This thing feels weird because there's no propellers. It's just this little rocket engine. So you're pretty much just going up and down and
is that okay?
Sort of steering, but don't have a ton of control. Let's see. Is this solid? Oh wait, I think I gotta go underneath.
Oh, you gotta get inside. He's gotta get close. Okay.
All right, let's get it. All right, yeah. Who made this?
Why did you do this?
You thought this was the best vehicle for this job? One that you can't even control yourself? You have to have another person?
You can't be driving and taking photos at the same time. Come on, that'd be absurd.
Welcome to the 2020s.
Oh, that counted.
Alright. Figure I'll work my way down. Or I think I've got all the ones. Actually, I think this one might be a little higher over here. Maybe
it is funny that we could... I guess we are going to refer to it as the 2020s, right? You're probably right. As opposed to the 20s, right? We're not going to call it the 20s.
I think at this point, the 1920s, if you don't call them back, I mean, you still can call them the Roaring 20s. Which is what they but I guess we don't know how, roaring our 20s are until we get to the end of it. I don't know if we're off to a good enough start to where it might have to...
Like in 15, 20 years, if I say, oh yeah, Tears of the Kingdom released in the early 20s, is that phrase going to make sense or is that going to be confusing?
I mean, it'll make sense in the same way that, like, if you say the 90s, I'm not gonna think you're talking about the 1890s.
Yeah, I guess that's true.
It's just whatever the most recent decade or century is.
And we don't refer to it as like the tens. We say the 2000s, I guess.
No,
right?
people say tens now.
I've heard aughts. I hear aughts a lot.
Well,
too.
aughts are for the 2000s, but for like the 2010s, I mean, if you don't just call it 2010s, I've heard people say the tens.
Really? I haven't heard that. Okay.
Yeah, because I mean, the aughts is strictly the 2000s.
You're right. Yeah, that's yeah.
But yeah, I thought about this honestly the moment that it became the year 2000 when I was a kid. Of like, oh, we're starting over, so like eventually we're gonna get to the point where we have to kind of like the 1920s and 30s are not gonna be what I've grown up to be. Of like, oh, I think of like nearing the Great Depression era and like World War I and stuff like that.
Yeah.
It's like now we got to be like, oh, the 1930s, okay. And also it makes you feel like. It makes you feel old in advance, at least for me, because like when I think about like the 1920s and 30s, you know, you're like, oh, that's a century ago. Anyone that's still alive, I mean, if they're not alive, but if they were, they'd be super old. But like, I think about like when humanity reaches the end of the 21st century, and they're gonna look back at us as like we're the people that lived in the 20s. Yeah, like,
yeah.
Like how weird that's gonna be. I mean, we'll be dead, so we have to deal with it. But like,
yeah, we don't think about it too much.
Like we're gonna be the people in the sepia-toned, old-timey photographs.
They're gonna be like 4K. Ugh, I can't even look at this.
Jesus, that's like 16K less than what we have now.
You can't even see their thoughts in this photo.
They're all gonna be sitting in their like Wall-E chairs, right?
Yeah, right.
And everyone's just gonna be horribly overweight and just inactive.
Hell yeah, I can't wait.
Well, I mean, we won't. Well, at the rate things are going, maybe we might see some of that. I guess the like mobility scooters are kind of that.
Yeah.
If everyone just got one and decked it out. All right, let's see. Round and round and round you go for land-based laps around a very small course. It seems a good idea to choose a small vehicle with good balance. Okay, so it's just a race?
I guess so. The weird symbols everywhere were strange.
Let's see. I could get something with a gun.
I do like all our names.
Yeah,
The
shout out to
Slippery Dog,
Chad.
Fightin' Lightin'. What did we call that one? Thunda Paradise?
This is like these feel like knockoff G.I. Joe characters.
Right. Yeah, did you just, because I wonder if you just need a fast vehicle? Is that what you need?
I have one in like
for?
the non-custom ones. I was considering getting one with a gun just for extra insurance, though I remember there was one race where the gun, like they were immune to the gun, but I don't know if this is one of those. But
yeah, I don't know.
Because yeah, I have in our traditional blueprints, there's the race car. So I can just pick that.
Yeah, let's see what happens.
And then again, we know what to do if they're too fast. We'll just put in a nice engine or two, and then.
Yeah, it's so funny that
they are already way too. Holy crap!
It is funny that one of our big problems that we've run into, by we I mean you of course, is that like sometimes the vehicle's like too fast and like you just can't even control it. All right, so what's your plan here? Just like to get a different one, or just like get a race car and add a better engine to it? Is that kind of what we've done in the past?
Yeah, I thought we had one, or was it just planes and boats that we've souped up?
I feel like we had to rein one back in at some point, didn't we?
Yeah, I mean, I'll just
what do we have? Town? Oh, Humbug. Okay.
Yeah, these are like the base ones. So we can take this, and we can take it to the shop,
and just
give it a nice
upgrade.
upgrade. Yeah, it's got this. Where is the engine? Okay, there it is.
Is that green thing?
Oh, that's the fuel.
Okay.
But yeah, there it is in the back. So yeah, let's put some power on this bad boy.
Hell yeah.
Actually, let's let's take off this one. Delete. There we go.
Oscar says, imagine if Diddy Kong Racing will be announced in the future for Nintendo Switch Online. I hope so. I don't know why it wouldn't get added eventually, right?
Yeah, has it been ported to like the other virtual consoles ever?
It was probably on Wii, maybe.
I feel like I don't remember it as much as the
Let's
other
take a look.
N64 games, but
I mean, yeah, that's one.
I also
that
am
is-
not a huge Diddy Kong Racing fan. I know that's blasphemous. I think the game's fine, but I do think it's a little overrated.
I found it really difficult when I was younger.
I just always was like, Mario Kart 64 is right there. We could just play that instead.
Yeah. Oh, yes. Yeah. I mean, Diddy Kong was like cool initially because it was like, oh, different vehicles. Awesome. But then you were like, well, it's just more fun to drive though. It's not that much fun to fly a plane actually.
Yeah. Also, Crash Team Racing, I'd say is better.
Yeah, that one I never really played.
Oh, it's so good.
Diddy Kong Racing never on Virtual Console. It's like surprising.
Conker's debut, right?
That's right, and Banjo's I think as well.
Just the star-making vehicle, you could say.
3 vehicles.
Also, this is a very tiny loop. It's like that one track in Mario Kart 8. I think it's the Excite Bike track. That's like the super short one, right? Or
oh yeah. There's also the baby.
Right.
Baby
the
part.
Baby Mario one.
Yeah,
I think that's the one I'm really thinking of. Yeah.
That's actually, I do like that one. I think that's pretty fun actually.
The last time I played Mario Kart, which was like a few months ago, that was one of the ones to play because that's always a good like troll course.
Yeah. So there are confusing rights related to Diddy Kong Racing, it looks like. Since Rare is now owned by Microsoft, they own Banjo and Conker.
Right.
Who are in that game. And then apparently when they ported the game to DS, they even went as far as removing those characters, and they put Tiny Kong and Dixie Kong in their place, apparently.
I mean, honestly, there's enough Kongs where you could just do a Donkey Kong specific like kart racer.
Well, they announced one, and they had screenshots for it. Donkey Kong Racing for the GameCube.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and the screenshots showed the Kong family like riding vehicles, like they do in country, or riding other animals. So it was like a racing game where you would ride like the rhinoceros, and someone would ride the ostrich.
Ooh, Rambi is cool. I like that.
Yeah.
You think the scene in the Mario movie is a reference to that? Because it's like the Kongs, like their whole like, they get to the Mario Kart stuff by establishing like, oh yeah, this is like our ritual. We do this all the time.
Yeah. Yeah. Just a little sweaty, but it was all right.
All right, this is a little for like the course. It's a little too fast. It's weird. It's not fast enough, but it's too fast in that I can't turn. So I think I'm gonna go with just maybe 2 small ones, which on paper you think would just equate to one big one, but I think there is still a reduction.
Right. By the way, I'm pulling up now I don't know if I've ever actually watched this, the Donkey Kong Racing trailer from E3 2001.
Oh my god.
Because I'm
surprised you found that, because like old E3 footage can be so hard to find, like before they started streaming it and stuff.
Yeah, and I'm looking at it, and this looks pre-rendered, I think. I don't know. Honestly, I can't tell. I don't remember how good the fidelity on the GameCube was, but it was like this had screenshots on, like you would buy a GameCube around launch, and you know how back when you used to buy consoles, it would just have a bunch of photos on the back of the box that would be like, here's all the games you can play. There was a Donkey Kong Racing screenshot on the back of the GameCube. But then they canceled it. So, yeah, like I'm watching the trailer. It's got like Donkey Kong riding a bee, and the weird genie elephant from Diddy Kong Racing is a playable racer. There's Kiddy Kong, Diddy Kong like riding on the back of the swordfish and stuff.
Okay.
Yeah, there's Rambi. Oh well.
Do you know?
Wasn't meant to be.
Fun fact: can you name all of the Donkey Kong Country animals, like the rideable animals?
Oh boy. I mean, not their names. I mean, Donkey Kong Country 1. I played that game a lot. There was the ostrich, the I just said the swordfish, the ostrich, the swordfish, the frog, the rhino. So that's 4. I think was that it actually? I mean, there were more in
the
2 and
first
3.
game, yeah. So but you don't remember their names, except for Rambi.
No, I mean I can look them up, but yeah. Well, I only know Rambi because you just said it. A few minutes ago.
I know Rambi, the rhino, On Guard, the swordfish.
Oh, that's right. Okay.
Oh man, the ostrich is on the tip of my tongue, much like these idiots crashing into me.
Yeah.
I think victory was on the tip of my tongue until now.
That was at one time in my life, though. I could have absolutely named all those animals, like, no problem. Because, like, Donkey Kong Country was, like, one of my first big games. And, like, I would just look at the booklet a lot, you know? Like, when I wasn't playing the game, I would just read the booklet, which had everybody's names and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Bring back booklets, man.
Booklets. That used to be the thing, like, when you, like, get a game from the store, you, like, read that on the car ride home. To like hold you over, especially if it was like a long ride. You're like, this is like, fighting games were the best for that because that was where a lot of the story for each character was. Like I used to get excited reading the like the new Tekken box of booklets because they'd be like, oh, let's catch up. This is what Kazuya is doing this game since the last one. Like it would all be in those books.
Oh boy, this is tough, man. They just keep like spinning you around.
It's such a small track, and I might. There's some control where like,
because like if you hit a corner at all, you're dead. It's just like
you're done. Basically. I'm in second. I don't know how many laps there are. Okay, I'm in first. But yeah, this is like, there's some finesse that is required here. Yeah, it's like the moment you
one
slip.
Corner, you're screwed.
I can only hope that he slips up too. I can catch up to him kind of easy. I just have to try to maintain.
Yeah, that's the tough part.
Yeah.
The other thing about booklets is like I would like grab all the booklets from all my games and like take them on road trips, and that would be like my reading material. Like, do you like even for games you've already played? Like, do you just snatch them out of the cases? Yeah, I would just like just read them over and over. I mean, I'm talking about like SNES era, right? And I remember we went on a field trip for school once, and a kid just was like, he's like, yeah, I got all my game booklets with me. I was like, oh, weird. And I was like, yeah, hell yeah, I'll sit here and read the booklet for Uniracers for the Super Nintendo.
Oh my god, Uniracers.
Bring back Uniracers.
I played the N64 one.
Wait, there was an N64 Uniracers?
I didn't even know there was any SNES one. I thought there was only an N64 one.
Hold on.
Right? There is one. I know I played Uniracer. I think maybe there was like a sequel in N64.
No, this is just Super Nintendo. Unless I'm like...
Okay, maybe I'm thinking of something
looking
else.
for the wrong thing, yeah. I don't know why, but the sort of world... This is such a weird thing. Such a like kid mind thing. The world of Uniracers was like scary to me. Because I was like, why are there these like sentient unicycles who just live in this like, it's not like you're outside, right?
Also, I got to replay because I won the race, but I was just outside of the gold meter.
But like, if you look at if you look at a Uniracer screenshot or video footage, it takes place like inside. Like the world of Uniracers is like indoors. And so it felt like when you're playing, you're just like inside these massive buildings or something. And like, it just was like, it creeped me out if I just thought about it too much. I was like, why are we in these giant facilities as sentient unicycles like racing around? Like, what is happening here?
Remember Loco Cycle?
Yeah.
Like, for Xbox One
I never beat it, but I remember it.
Yeah, that's kind of like a modern Uniracer sort of kind of.
Yeah.
Sentient bipedal vehicles.
Yeah. That studio. Yeah. What are they? They're all in VR now. They're owned by Meta now, I think.
Yeah. What was the last thing they did?
It was something VR. They've done a handful of VR games.
Yeah, it's kind of weird. Like they used to be. There was a time when they were like, I'd say like top tier like indie studio back when indie was kind of taking off with like
live arcade,
Explosion Man stuff.
I love Splosion Man and Miss Splosion Man. I would love for them to make an I think they're available on Switch, which is nice.
Are they backwards compatible?
I don't probably, yeah. But those were like, if I were to rank my like favorite live arcade games, like Miss Splosion Man would be probably top 3. I love that game.
Oh wow. Oh,
like Braid, like Limbo #1, Braid, and then probably Miss Splosion Man, I think.
I'm gonna restart. I've fallen too far.
You're gonna do it this time, Marcus. I believe in you.
I did it the one time, but I guess I did it just a second or two too slow. You know what's rough is that outside of like getting tapped and you're just done, is that that part there with the spinning 360 disc, like that really throws off
oh
turning.
Yeah.
Because you got to turn so tightly that you need to be precise, but that just throws things off enough. That you got to be really careful. But yeah, it's like you want to stay away from everyone. It's like the moment you touch them, you're done, basically.
This is definitely hitting, which I think we've talked about before.
Oh, and that guy's so aggressive. Just denied me there.
This is reminding me of like, I feel like it got better once you probably got into GTA 4. But like 3, Vice City, and San Andreas, when you would do the races, it wasn't about like getting first. It was about like just being careful the whole time. Like you were more successful by not crashing than you were by going fast.
Yeah.
You know?
Or just by cheating. By you do the things of like, I'm just gonna like blow up a bunch of cars in front of you before the race so that you gotta drive through this wreckage.
Oh. But yeah, this feels like that, right? It's less about like, oh, go as fast as you can. It's like just don't hit anything.
Yeah, so like you don't even have enough runway to gain a lot of speed before you have to turn.
Yeah, like use your brake. It's better to take a turn really slow than it is to like hit a corner or get caught up by somebody else, you know? Exactly. See there you go. That was good. You just dodged the disc because you slowed down, right?
Yep.
Maybe that's the strategy.
Is he in first? Or am I in first? I'm in second.
I don't. How do you tell?
On top of where the jiggy is.
So, but it says
I'm in second.
On top of the jiggy.
Oh, that just screwed. I was on a roll there in that one little hit.
Gosh, do we need to improve handling or something, I wonder?
I'm not even improve handling. I would almost want to use... I almost wonder if using a heavier car so that if they hit me, it kind of hurts them more than it hurts me. Because remember we got that like tank-looking car? Like, my only concern is if it handles well, but remember, yeah, like this thing right here, the Humba Heavy. Because if they hit me, they're gonna feel it worse than I do.
Yeah, that might be worth a shot. I mean, honestly, like watching you play, like you can get it. It might take you a try or two more because it's like there's a little bit of luck happening there, but it might as well try different vehicles, see if that helps.
Yeah, backed out. Let's see. About to pull out the heavy guns, the big guns. Right,
BGs.
I love the BGs. Staying Alive and all the other songs that everybody definitely knows from them. It's like, name another BG song that's not Stay Alive. Do we need Blake once again?
Right. It's probably like, oh yeah, Bee Gees. Yeah, here's their whole discography.
Bee Gees historian.
All right, let's look at the top Bee Gees songs on Spotify.
Okay, this is better because, yeah, I'm not getting thrown around by them, but also it actually controls good, but yeah, it just can't flip out as badly.
So
also because it's heavier.
You feel better about it? Oh yeah, you're totally.
Yeah, I can kind of plow through the disc easier because I'm so heavy that I can just drive on top of it.
Yeah, like you were playing as Tim Burton's Batmobile. Now you're playing as Christopher Nolan's Batmobile.
Yes, that's the thing. I remember when that first time seeing the Tumblr and like Batman Begins, and I spent maybe an inordinate amount of time staring at like a set photo of it, and I was trying to find the like bat features in it. Oh, because you know the thing with the Batmobile is like, oh, it kind of looks like a bat, you know. And I was like really trying to like, where's the bat part here? Like, are these the fins? Is that the? are these supposed to be the ears, or is it just not supposed to look like a bat? And my brain could not accept that it just was supposed to be a black tank thing.
It's just like, yeah, they're going for realism this time. Oh, come on, you guys, you're a tank. It's not even fair. Yeah, that is some of my favorite movie-going experiences, though, is watching, like, Batman Begins and Dark Knight, and just, like, being not sure. It's like, man, this tank thing, I don't know what about, and then seeing it in action in the movie, and I'm like, I love this. This is great.
Yeah, it still kind of goes against... I guess the Batmobile in general kind of goes against Batman's mantra of being technically a ninja that's supposed to be, like, in the shadows, like, driving a very public-looking car down the street. I got first, but I didn't get the Jiggy. I was still in the brown.
Really?
Yeah.
Why is this one so hard? The tank seems like the way to go, though. Right?
Yeah, I think I just got to master tank driving.
Tank controls, if you will.
Yes. I could try a gun too. I don't know if we could. I haven't tested to see if guns hurt these guys, but that's still on the table.
So most plays on Spotify markets for the Bee Gees. Number 1, you guessed it, Staying Alive.
Well, of course.
800 million listens.
Oh my!
And then number 2, almost 600 million listens. So not that much less. How Deep Is Your Love?
Yeah.
I wonder if I listen to it, if I would know what it is.
Oh, is it? I have one other Bee Gees song in my head, but I don't know the title. But I'm trying to think of a movie or TV show that has used it. But it's like the one. It's like
More Than a Woman.
No, I don't know any other song titles from them, so I don't know. But it's like
maybe Night
Fever
that
one.
From Saturday Night Fever.
I don't remember.
Oh, this is probably it. Da 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 da.
We're such good Bee Gees.
That's enough Bee Gees talk. I don't want the mic to pick it up and suddenly
Oh yeah, the stream goes down.
Yeah, we're listening to the Bee Gees.
Oh, way too good.
Get right here.
That's got to be. I mean, that would be annoying. But would you be flattered that if you covered a song so well that it was marked as a copyright strike? Like you're like, wow, you sound just like Whitney Houston. It turns out.
What if that's happened at some point? Because that, for some reason, the technology to track down people like playing licensed music on YouTube or whatever is like the most advanced technology in the world somehow. It's like,
okay, I got it. Oh, thank God, I did it.
We're done.
I was just at the end of the yellow. Thanks, Bee Gees.
Thanks, the Bee Gees.
They're all still alive, right? Probably one of them's gone. I would have. How many of them were there, actually? I don't even know how big the Bee Gees were. It's like at least 3 guys. I think there's 3 of them. Right?
What?
There's at least 3.
Yeah, there's at least 3. Maybe they had like a band that they hired or something.
There's probably some rotating members.
Yeah, 3 guys. Let's see. Barry, Robin, and Maurice Gibb. Are they brothers? Is this like a stupid element that I totally should have known? Is that they're like brothers?
They have different last names unless they're stage names.
But they're the Barry, Robin, and Maurice Gibb is what it says on Wikipedia. Do they all have the same name? So Barry, Gibb, Maurice, Robin, Gibb. Yeah, they're all Gibbs. Oh,
okay.
Yeah,
The
I think they're all still with us.
Hey.
Let's see, Barry is
So I gotta
alive. Robin is dead. Maurice is also dead.
It sounds like you're announcing. You sound like Maury announcing whether or not they're the father. Turns out you are not alive.
Barry is the only one staying alive, it turns out.
Barry.
Sorry, we had to learn this way.
All right, I need a carry vehicle.
Carry vehicle.
Let's see, we got some. I don't know if a vehicle that can fly and carry stuff is necessary. Let's start with basic and go from there. Wherever you are, where's my...
Oh, right, yeah.
There we go.
I don't know, do you... what do you think? It feels like you kind of have to try. I know I'm like struggling to come up with my words, but it feels like you kind of have to attempt the thing once and then sort of like reconvene. Oh, what the hell?
Kidnapped!
But like that seems to be like the gameplay, right? It's like, all right, here's a task, try it. Oh, okay. Now that you know how it works, you have to kind of
or you
come up with a way.
You figured out a way to cheat.
Yeah,
You know,
which I like. I like that part of it. I've never been a fan of that type of gameplay where it's like you sort of like the design is you have to fail to figure out how to do it right.
Kind of like trial and error.
Yeah, I don't think I don't. It can work, right? There are times where it's like fun. Like I like maybe trying to solve a puzzle, but like which maybe you could consider to be trial and error, but it's more like trial instead of error. Like you don't really fail.
I already thought of a better way to do this because I need to break those bubbles to get the thing that I actually need. So I'm gonna put a gun on this.
If you like it, then you should have put a gun on it.
Exactly. She's still alive, right? Beyonce. Beyonce's still alive.
Let's look it up.
Let's see. I was like, have we put a gun on a cart? We've put propellers and wings, but I don't think we've weaponized the basic cart yet. Doesn't look like it.
Spike7977 says, don't want to be a hater, but this still does not look good. I actually really like the way the game looks.
I think you mean like gameplay.
Maybe.
I assume that's what Spike's referring to.
But I will say, yeah, the visuals I still think are the sort of. I love like Banjo's design, like his weird sort of cubic kind of look. I think it's cool.
This version of this one right here, the dummy version.
Yeah, that's right. Oh, he's round like a balloon. I like the more square one.
All right. Where are my weapons? Here's my ammo. Oh, there we go. All right. Oh yeah, I forgot I had these weird weapons like the fist, the like big balls.
Oh yeah, Fulgor's
Phantom
fist.
Pain,
Right.
Rocket Fist. That could help here, but I think a gun.
Did you figure out how it works? I don't know. Because like we thought maybe it would like punch people as you're driving by them or something, but then it didn't seem to do that really.
I could try it. I do have to slap those balls around. I should rephrase that, but it's already out there. All right, can I put 2? Oh, you can only do 1. Okay. So I was like, can I make them clap?
Just make it clap.
All right. All right, we need to center this then if I can only have 1. It needs to be like a battering ram, basically. All right, wait. Whoop. Let's see. All right. No view there. There we go.
Yeah, I gotta center it.
I like it. Looks like a weird abstract art piece.
Yeah. Right.
What is it trying to say?
So what is this vehicle called? Do we have to name this one?
We'll have to name this one.
Okay.
Oh yeah, I got this egg turret.
With a fist.
That's right, but I think I would have to sit in there, and I can't drive it and sit in a little cockpit for that, unless somebody else can get in there.
I don't know.
Yeah, I wonder how that's gonna work. All right, let's it's probably overkill, but it'll get the job done. Let's put some ammo on there. All right, chat, we're gonna need you to come up with a name for this fisty gun.
Yeah, fist and bullets on that one.
And it's a cart too. Look at this.
Yeah, so start throwing. You can go ahead. Yeah, chat, please start throwing out names for us.
All right, I think that will do it. Looks good.
Gun fist. Fist gun.
Thought of Love
Punch.
Fist from like Vice City.
All right. Yeah. All right.
That was his name, right?
Yeah, I think so. Weren't they like based on a real band or something, or like they were voiced by a real?
Aren't they basically like Guns N' Roses parodies?
Love Fist, a Scottish fictional heavy metal band.
Like they were a little bit of Kiss, a little bit of Guns N' Roses.
Yeah, I was wondering if they were like, were they
like a real band?
No, I mean I knew they were in a real band, but I think they made songs, right? They like produced songs and stuff.
Like they made songs for the game.
Yeah, I wonder. I was wondering if they were like voiced by some real band or something.
It's just the Hauser brothers.
Hey, you know.
Let's see.
We got a gun fist from Spike, which is pretty solid. You know, it has
to the point.
It's to the point.
What
Hello,
about
so simply too deep?
Fist
Wait, simply too deep. Is that a Sum 41 reference?
Oh, I don't know. I just thought
too
about
deep is one of their songs, right?
You know, like what about Fist the Gun? Because like Fist the Cuffs.
Like Fist a Cuff, Fist a Gun. That's good. Fist a Gun is good unless anyone else wants to throw one in the chat there.
Yes, there's no wrong answers, Chad, except for the ones we don't choose.
Yeah. Right.
Oh, so simply too deep. We're doing well. 4th of July weekend coming up.
That's right.
Fist the Gun sounds like a 2000s era rapper that we would be asking, like, oh, whatever happened to them? They had that one hit, and then we never heard from Fist the Guns again. It's like a Chameleon Air situation. Like, remember Chameleon Air? He had that one song.
And you look it up on Wikipedia, and you're like, "This." I
see
wish
if he's
I
still
had
alive.
learned that.
Is he still with us? They see me rolling.
Yeah, let's just do Fist a Gun. Yeah. So simply too deep. So simply too deep. Is your content just about gaming? I don't want to bring up just anything non-gaming related out of respect for your channel. You can bring up whatever you want, man. Well, maybe we'll comment. We were just talking about Bee Gees for 20 minutes.
As long as it's respectful.
Yeah.
Should be common sense. Like, don't say any mean stuff, but like,
right.
Yeah. Alrighty. But yeah, we talk about
We're
all
open
kinds
to
of
tangents.
Stuff. All right.
All
I think this looks good. I think we got a winner here.
You gotta. All right, because you have to transport these things, so you have to break the bubbles and then. Okay, yeah, all right.
So let's break. It's gonna pop this so hard. Oh, look at it! Look how it became a fist. Oh, jeez, these stupid things.
Oh, these things.
No, they're doubling up. Okay, I need to.
Can you shoot these things?
Yeah, I can. I've lost control. They are ganging up.
Something.
I'm trying. I'm shooting.
Fist. What are you doing?
Okay, I got one. Oh, this last one needs to get off my butt there. Oh boy. Okay, yeah, just. I'm waiting for them to yank my chair off the car.
I know, right? Wait, did that? Okay, so that did destroy that one.
Yeah.
I still don't understand the fist. What does it do?
I gotta run into people with it because when I gain speed, it turns into a fist. See, there we go.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so it's just kind of like, all right.
I wish it was kind of longer. If it's gonna be like a battering ram, but let's see.
It's like the equivalent of having like a spike on the front of your car.
Yeah, see, it does damage.
Wait, is it work? Okay, yeah, they have the health like above.
Yeah, it does damage. Oh, I hate them. Okay, okay, there we go. There's one.
God, this one seems tough with these things here. Because like, how many of those do you have to break? That took quite a while, actually.
3, it looks like.
Do you think you can put them all in your? Like, do you have to deliver them one? Oh yeah, that's
too big. I mean, maybe if I could use a bigger cart, if I have one. But yeah.
Oh, and you have to get out and put it in there? Oh my gosh. Okay.
Is that?
Wait, is that what you have to do?
All right, I'm just gonna leave it there, and then I'll deal with it when I get all. Yeah, when I get all 3.
It seems like the strategy here is to like break those annoying things. Like you just gotta get rid of those. Like those are. You don't have a choice.
I think they also said I have to, when I do get all 3 of these in, that there might be a correct order I have to put them in.
So that's 3 because that has 3 cards in it, right? Is that the sort of what we're looking for?
Maybe I haven't seen what the other one is, but that could be it.
The other one's like a controller.
Yeah, I got the Atari controller, and then I don't know what this last one out here is.
It's not Atari. It's nondescript retro video game joystick.
It's the clip art. You know.
Yeah. So what does this one look
Dice.
like?
That kind of throws your theory out the window. Just
Well-
multiple numbers there.
Yeah, is it like a historical thing? Like, but what came first, dice or cards? I don't know.
Oh, ooh, I was gonna say, my knee jerk was to say cards are older than dice, but actually,
Yeah, I have no
dice
idea.
might be older. I'm thinking like literally back to like I just read a book about the history of like games like cards not that long ago.
All right, so dice appeared as early as 2000 BCE, like in the Egyptian tombs.
Right.
So playing cards were probably second then.
Okay. So
Right? I mean, I'm assuming.
I don't know how you
they
put
didn't-
these in. Where? Like, how do you?
Are
submit them?
are we overthinking this? Is this one of those situations? You know?
Oh, here we go. Okay. Oh wait, does it just straight up tell you? Just put them in there.
Oh, okay. You had to like turn it on. Who invented playing cards? Invented by the Chinese in AD 1000.
Did I put them up here? Are these?
Do the sort of? Do you not just put it in place like where it's?
It's not taking it.
Do you have to? And you can't drop it in the middle. It looks like it should just drop down in the middle of that thing, right? No. Does Mumbo talk? We're in the red now at this point.
Yeah, I mean, we may as well figure out what to do. But...
I mean, yeah, this is kind of... This is weird that it was like, first you have to do a sort of a challenging thing, and now you have to solve the puzzle. Like, this would be really tough to do on your first try. Is there like another switch you need to pull or something?
Well, the objective marker is pointing at this. Well, yeah, let's talk. I can't talk to Mumbo. He's suddenly
asleep. He's like not helping at all.
Yeah, right. Thought you cared about this. Yeah. What do you want from me here? Okay, you notice how the beam attack? Wait, I can. What?
Do you have to combine them?
Yeah, I gotta stick them together, Ultra Hand. But you notice how they have like little currents attaching to each other. I don't know, what does that mean? The only thing that comes up is the customized thing, but like,
can you connect
do anything with that?
Ultra Hand style?
Because I open it up, it's just like rotate, layer. Unless some.
Oh, wait. That was
Wait,
working because it glowed green for a second. Yeah, like.
Do I have to manually stick them? Wait, hold on.
There was a moment where it was like glowing green.
Was
like
it
connected to the controller? Like
the controller?
try to put it next to that.
Okay.
Like as if you were connecting them like a vehicle or something.
Oh. Okay.
See? Okay.
Okay.
So,
wait, but what order is it up here? So I gotta try to rotate the camera to look. Because it's card, dice, controller. So I gotta unstick these.
Yeah, those of course those are the two that shouldn't go together. Of course. Any other combination would have been like you could have done something with it, but
all right.
okay.
All right, here we go. So dice needs to be in the middle here.
Yeah. So you're gonna. I mean, you're just gonna have to do this again.
Right.
But at least like finish it out to make sure we have the right idea. You know.
Wait, was it just saying like oh jeez. And there it is. I think. Wait, no, not quite. Wait, how did it? It got. How did the? It got messed up.
How did it get messed up?
It put the controller in the wrong place. The dice needs to be in the middle, or put the cards.
Oh, the dice is in the middle. Okay.
I gotta detach. All right, so you go there, then you. I'm so used to like the snappiness of Breath of Tears of the Kingdom. Yeah, it's like again, this game walked so that Tears of the Kingdom could run. Okay, then wait.
It walked so that Tears of the Kingdom could like sprint a freaking marathon.
Okay, well now we know what we have to do. So I gotta.
Now, yeah, can you do all that in like 2 minutes?
Yeah, like
minutes?
I need to kill those things quickly so I can have my time to do all that slapping together stuff. All right, let's go.
Slapping together stuff.
Victini saying this game's extremely underrated.
I trust them. Yeah, I don't know. Like we keep revisiting the question every couple of episodes. So you have your hands on the controller. There are times where I'm like, this is really clever and cool and rewarding. To like you encounter a problem and then you build a vehicle that is truly like a perfect solution, and that's really cool. But there are I feel like there's quite a few shortcomings otherwise. I don't know.
Yeah, I'd say some of the variety and the challenges can be lacking. Like you do a lot of races and
Yeah.
like checkpoint things, like running through a bunch of gates.
Like
you get some unique ones every now and then.
I've
like
certainly
we haven't done this before.
Yeah, I've certainly played some older games that were like maybe culty, cult classics, or like weren't big hits, where I'm like, oh, this is really something special, and I understand why people love this, and I'm not getting that from this necessarily. Like, I'm not like, wow, we really missed something here. It's more like, oh, this is probably better than people gave it credit for at the time, but it's not like blowing me away.
Right.
But this is all coming from sort of.
These guys are blowing me away right now.
Just
carry me to the heavens.
But I am also just passively watching you play and just having a good old chat.
All right, I'm almost out of blue, so that's our time update.
You've got one of the things broken.
Yeah.
Could you combine them to drive them there? I mean, does that save you any time? I don't know.
They're not really close to each other right now, but.
Have you met that woman in Tears of the Kingdom who has the caravan of plush?
Oh yeah,
animals?
I've run into her a couple times.
Yeah, so that's like the strategy there is like, right, you just stick everything together, and then you deliver her like one giant big pile.
I've actively had to turn that part of my brains. It's like, I mean, not even just for those missions, but anytime you want to carry a bunch of stuff, that's just like that's the way to do it, right?
Yeah.
Like I did the I did the town reconstruction thing in the little beachside town, and they're like, hey, can you bring me a bunch of logs? I'm like, easy. Like I literally did like Lincoln log style, like stack of them, and just walked them over there with Ultran. And I was like, this probably looks really impressive to Bolson.
I have a clip of it actually where like I just had a big bundle of them and I like kind of dropped them, from the hill above, and it just like almost bounced perfectly all the way to him. Just like the physics were just like totally doing me a favor that day,
Oh man, I'm wondering if I can fit both in here.
Oh, I guess you can maybe fit the third one in there, but I don't think this is saving you time ultimately.
Yeah. Oh boy, now I gotta. Nope, I'm gonna need. Oh man. Damn you, Zelda! You've poisoned my mind to think I can do it this way.
Yeah, right.
And like,
that was the thumbstick
you can't
clicking?
see this, but did you hear it? Yeah,
I heard it, yeah.
I was gonna say, like, I was actively shaking the stick to try to separate them.
So
it's so instinctual now.
Yeah. I actually, I do use motion controls in those Zelda games. So I got into the habit later in the game of actually shaking the controller.
You can do that?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Do you use motion controls like for aiming and stuff?
No, I assume you're playing with a Pro controller, right?
Yeah, but even with Joy-Cons, either way. Because like I actually, it is the one instance, maybe not one, but it is one of the rare instances where I actually really do like the motion controls in Zelda, because they are only active like when you're aiming, and like so it's really easy to pull off really easy shots because you can kind of it's just like little movements with the motion controls to aim. Mm-hmm. So I actually use the motion controls in Zelda, and yeah, you can do the control stick, or you can just kind of shake the controller to break apart your Ultra Hand creations, which is handy.
Okay. Also, it's so simply too deep as a big question for us. If you want to read that, Kyle.
Let's see. I want you guys' opinion. Okay, what is your opinion on movies?
I'm sorry, real quick. I broke all of them somehow. Like, instantly. I don't know how, but I'll take it. Also,
oh.
yeah,
wait,
they're all
are you sure you want to combine? Are you going to
I'm
try to
gonna walk
combine all
them
three and
there.
see what happens?
Yeah, I'm just gonna walk him there. You know? Also,
Yeah,
I got him in the right
well.
order, too.
Oh, yeah. Just walk that there. I mean, you're still in the blue. You might be able to
Yeah,
pull
and
this
also I
thing
can
out,
ride
man.
on this thing to get some speed. Yeah, I don't need the cart. I got
This
plenty
game's
of them.
easy.
Man, what happened? Ouch. And I don't think these
But is
guys
this-
will jump me if I'm out of my car because they're like magnet-based. So I think they'll just leave me alone if it's just me. Yeah, they don't care about me. They just want to destroy my vehicle. Man, this was the way. Just use the vehicle
Yeah.
to shoot him and then just walk. Oh, and it just...
And that throws it right in there?
yeah, it just
Is that...
yanked it from me.
Oh, you didn't, and you haven't, because you haven't even turned it on yet.
Yeah.
So did you get the?
I got everything.
the trophy as well.
Yeah. I stumbled into that one, but I'll
This
take it.
game's easy. Why are we complaining about anything?
But yeah, but you continue, Kyle.
Right, let's see. What's your opinion on movies that show men in embarrassing situations that'll get you made fun of, and how would you handle those situations in general? I mean, it depends on the situation, I guess. They're
Trying to
all
think like just
different, right?
like specifically for men, or I guess.
That's what they're asking. I don't know.
So saying if I see something embarrassing happening to someone in a movie, how would I handle it?
I think so. I think that's sort of the general question.
Well, I guess, is there any specific thing that you have in mind, like an embarrassing moment that you've seen in like TV or movie where you're like, oh man, that would suck?
Nothing comes to mind immediately. I mean, I guess my reaction is just try to laugh it off as quickly as possible, right? I mean, just try to also laugh when everyone else is laughing at you.
Right, yeah.
You also start laughing and be like, oh yeah, that's funny.
I was in on that. Yeah, but there's gotta be. I know there's absolutely stuff from like kid shows, or I see like Doug or something. Or like, oh, Doug's in an embarrassing situation. Like, I wouldn't want to be there. How would I deal with that? Like, I know there's like plenty of those.
Oh,
that I can
yeah,
pull
I'm
from.
sure.
Like, I remember the episode where remember when he had to wear the hamburger boy costume, like he for like the what was their like little burger place they would hang out? Oh God, I forgot what it was called.
Dude,
but,
you are like scratching sort of a memory hole in my brain that I haven't thought about in a long time.
like
I probably watched every episode
the
of Doug,
burger
though.
place they would always go to, like Mr. Dink,
Let's see.
kind
All right, I'm
of
gonna-
coerced Doug into playing the burger mascot for like a summer. And then he had to go to like the big city picnic as the burger, and nobody knew he was the burger because he was like sworn to secrecy basically. But there's
This
a
does
point,
sound familiar.
yeah, there's a point where he loses the suit because of Skeeter's little brother, and like he's like changing into the suit, but then his little brother stole his pants. Like he was changing out of the suit to his regular clothes, but then his pants were gone because his little brother took them. So then he had to wear the suit to chase him down to get his pants. And there's like a point where before he put the suit back on, he has no pants on, and Patty runs into him and he's like hiding in the bushes, and he has to try to explain why he can't exit the bushes to talk to her because it looks super weird. I'm like, hey, we're over here hanging out. You want to come? And he's just like, I'm just gonna hang out here. Don't worry.
Yeah, I vaguely remember that, man. Yeah, I looked it up. The Honker Burger? Does that
That's
sound
right, the Honker Burger.
Yeah.
You got it. I was thinking of like other like hangout burger places from other shows, and I was like cycling through them all, but like, which one's from Doug?
That's a thing, at least for me, like, because like you would watch those shows, right? Like Doug or
Yeah.
Saved by the Bell, when you were young. And like the idea was they were elementary school kids, right? They were like 5th and 6th graders, or maybe 7th, right? I don't think Doug was in middle school yet, right?
No, he was in elementary school, but like it ended with him graduating into middle school, and then Disney's Doug,
Right.
which was the follow-up series, is like that, like him in middle school.
But that was the thing to me when I was a kid. I would watch those shows. I was like, where are these kids going? I can't like.
Where are they going?
I mean, like at my age, I'm like, I am not going to a restaurant at this age and getting food. I don't have money. Like who?
Right. Or even if I had money, my mom's not gonna let me do that.
Yeah, like
Right.
what sort of universe does this take place in where like all the kids in your 5th grade class go to a restaurant afterward every day and hang out? It's like, that's not a thing that happens. That's a place you get kicked out of.
You know what's I recently rewatched the entire first season of Arthur. Cause I used to love Arthur.
That's random.
As a kid.
Okay.
Yeah, I found a YouTube channel that had them all, and I was like, oh, I was feeling nostalgic. I haven't seen these in forever.
Yeah.
I'm gonna watch all of these. So I was like, I worked I would just eat it, watch it while I'm like eating or whatever. But yeah, that one's they do the same thing, but that one's even wilder because they're third graders or like third or fourth. Yeah, they're third graders, and they're like, yeah, we're gonna go to the Sugar Bowl and hang out after school, and it's like third grade.
Yeah, like
how old are you in third grade? Like 6?
yeah, I guess
7?
it's just it's that thing of like when you're writing a story about kids, right, in school, and you want all the characters to interact. It's like you did that in school and maybe at recess. You know what I mean? Every other sort of social event until you're a little older is like organized by your parents.
Yeah, right.
Like play dates, you know?
Yeah,
and
like,
it's like, well, yeah, so I
like I'll see you at the honor roll breakfast, I guess. That
yeah,
the school
so they
is
have
providing for us.
they have to figure out it's like, well, yeah, of course all the kids would get together. That's how we have good conversations and story. And it's like, that's
like just seeing a bunch of third graders
life.
going to like a little restaurant. They're like, yeah, save me a table. Yeah, we're gonna order for you. Get the shake that I like. And you're like, that wasn't my third grade. That sounds. But as a kid, you watch, you're like, man, that's cool. How come? Why aren't I doing that? Should I be doing that? Is that supposed to be my life?
Yeah, but I feel like it wasn't maybe. Gosh, I don't think I was like junior, maybe sophomore high school was like when that actually maybe happened. Where you would go to like, you know, the McDonald's near the school after school, and there would maybe be another couple kids there from your class. You know, like, but yeah, certainly not in elementary school.
Yeah, I feel like the most ever jealous I was of like that lifestyle was watching Hey Arnold, because those kids did everything like on their own. They're like, we're going to movies, we're going to like aquariums and stuff on our own, and I just chalked that up to like, well, they live in like the big city, maybe like they just don't care as much because it's the big city.
They could walk places, I guess. That's at least a little more believable, I guess. You know?
And it's like maybe their parents have like those big city toughness where like, I don't know, we let our kids out and they do what they want. It's tough love. We don't care.
Yeah.
We trust them. Also, I meant to change cars because I need something. I thought I had an idea there where I was going to corral those.
Is that the challenge?
I got to get a bunch of those green things to the little bug zapper. So I picked the claw with a gun. I was like, oh, I can maybe like just push them in there, but it wasn't really working. So, and they tell you like, hey, you could carry them, you can push them, you can blast them. Like they're pretty agnostic about what you can use here. They're like, I don't know, do what you feel is right. Go with God. And I did not mean to hit game objective.
Oopsie. Yeah. Changeling says, was it Doug that had a serious failure recently, or was it Arthur?
Arthur.
It was Arthur, I believe. Yeah. Arthur.
I need to watch that. Because Arthur was on for like 20 years.
How many episodes of Arthur were there?
Would this be better because it's wide?
You want to guess how many episodes of Arthur there were? Started in 1996, ended February 2022.
I'm going to guess at least... It's in like I'm going to say like 600 episodes.
You're going overboard by quite a bit. I am actually surprised at how few there are.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I would have been with you. I would have guessed in like the 600-700 range. Like I was like, are we in One Piece zone here? You know,
Arthur, the One Piece of kid show.
Right. But here, it's 253 episodes.
Really?
Doesn't that feel low?
Break? Yeah, well, that feels because it was like continuous. I only ever watched the first like maybe 3, but the seasons. If the YouTube channel I watched is to be believed, the seasons were pretty long. Like season 1 was like over 20 episodes.
Yeah, 30. It looks like.
Yeah, it was like long. But then again, that was back when seasons were like 20 episodes of TV. Like now it's like 10 or something. Like you watch the first season of like
8.
You know, like Seinfeld or something. It's like, nah, it's long. Also, this is not working the way because the moment you kind of touch them, they kind of go flying.
So are you trying to? You're trying
to
push
I can pick them up
into it. You're just trying to get them in there.
Yeah, this is the bug zapper. I don't want that.
Oh wait, is it turned on? It's not doing anything.
Kind of thought that it was. I thought it was. Oh wait, here we go.
The switch there. So you do have to turn it on. Oh, look at that. That guy got sucked up in there, too. Oh, no. He
doing
didn't.
Bugging
So,
me.
wait. So, it doesn't just stay turned on. You have to get, like, you have to put them in there.
Yeah.
Look like the Aqua
This might be
Hunger
easier to
Force
do it
one.
without a vehicle. Oh, wait, no, it stays on.
Oh, it does stay on. Okay.
Yeah. I need 10 to get it jiggy. Though now, I mean, we'll see if I fail this, but now that I'm kind of seeing what I can do, maybe it would be easier to get a cart and then just knock a bunch of them out, throw them in the back of the cart, and then just shove that into the zapper.
Yeah, you need 10, right?
Yeah.
You've gotten 3.
Bottles help!
Man, do something, man. Jeez.
Passive observer. It's like he's like Spider-Man and Spider-Man 2 when he watches the car go by and he just eats the hot dog. All right, there's 3 over there. Got 3 down. I'm almost halfway through the gold. I could still do this.
6 more. Yeah.
I broke my
Is it-
car.
The question is, like, should you restart or try to get 6, right?
Man,
Because it's actually,
if I could carry 2 at the same time.
man, if you could,
I think I could,
hand them
because they're not
together.
far away from this either. It doesn't take long to zap them. Like I think it'll be close, but it could be done.
who's the Aqua Teen Hunger Force villain? That's what they look like.
Oh,
The
the
Moonanites.
Moonanites, yeah.
Yeah.
What's the big one? His voice. Like, we are the Moonanites. We have come from the moon. Everything on the moon is better, and that's like their whole shtick. And then the little guy's like, "Yeah, you better recognize." What a great
I
show.
saw a headline, like, I don't know, like 2 years ago or something, that was like Adult Swim cancels Aqua Teen Hunger Force, and my like eyes widened, and I was like, Aqua Teen Hunger Force was still on the air. Like, I had no idea.
Did you ever see the movie?
I did. I went to theaters and saw that movie.
Is it good? I've never seen it.
I was at the height of my Aqua Teen Hunger Force fandom, and I found that movie quite disappointing. I remember the beginning being really funny, and then like we sort of walked out, and I had this revelation of like, oh, okay, that sort of Adult Swim random humor works in like 12-minute chunks. Does not work for a 90-minute feature. You know, like I was like, it was just too, like nothing meant anything after like 20 minutes. Does that make sense? You know, it's like there's no story. It's just like characters saying weird things, and it's like, that's funny for 12 minutes on Adult Swim or however long those little segments were. You know, that works when you can sort of, you know, arrive at something resembling a conclusion after like 10 minutes, but yeah, in a movie form, I was like, this is just too much. I care so little about everything that's happening by the end of this, you know?
Right. Yeah, I kind of felt that with the Simpsons movie when I saw that in theaters.
Yeah, Simpsons
but
at least
also-
has a story, you know?
Yeah.
Like, there's like a, yeah, but I hear you, yeah.
And also, I mean, that was also like beyond the Simpsons heyday. Like, you know, it was 2007, but it was still like the Simpsons, at least to me, wasn't what it was, you know?
Oh, totally, yeah.
It's like that era of the writing team doing that movie, I guess.
I went and saw the Simpsons movie in this, I don't know if you saw it the same way, where I was like, oh yeah, Simpsons. God, I used to love the Simpsons.
Yeah, like,
Oh,
I
I'll
had
check out
not
that
watched
movie.
Simpsons in like years when I went to go
Same.
see that movie, yeah.
Yeah. I hear, just by like looking at AV Club headlines, that like, you know, certainly there was a period of like The Simpsons has really lost its way, you know?
Mm-hmm.
And now I'm hearing that this season is actually like pretty good, and like that there might be sort of on an upward swing, which is kind of like, maybe I should watch some Simpsons.
Yeah, I've heard a similar scuttlebutt of like this season and maybe the last season were like, oh, not bad. Like the only new thing I've seen The Simpsons was I watched the Death Note parody from like the Treehouse of Horror last year.
I do want to
think it was.
watch that one because
Yeah.
it's a bunch of different anime, right?
Yeah, like that one was
I should check
that was pretty good. that was just such a because it's just such a fun combination. Like, oh, okay, I love both of these things. I need to see this, and that one was a fun
I should
watch.
check that out.
Yeah.
I rewatched a bunch of this. I mean, as most people seem to do lately, like I watch like the first like 4 or 5 seasons, just sort of in the background, you know.
Oh yeah.
And that was a lot of fun.
I'll still
to,
watch
like,
clips on YouTube. Like if I see a random clip of something from like those first at least like 8 or 9 seasons.
Because there was a period of time where it was destination viewing every Sunday. Had to be home to make sure I watched The Simpsons, and then that tapered off. So it was fun to kind of go find that season where I was like, oh, this was the season that I was like, I had to watch it every week. And,
Have you watched any since they put it on Disney Plus? Because I actually rewatched.
That's where I was watching. That's where I was watching it. Yeah.
Okay. Because as soon as they brought it to Disney Plus, I rewatched all of the first 10 seasons.
Yeah, I think a lot of people did. I think that's
Yeah, and I've debated like, should I keep going? It's like I've never seen much of anything beyond this, and I know I'm probably not going to be happy. But you it's kind of weird to just stop knowing like there's like technically like more than half of the show's run that I just have never seen, but like I assume is not good. But and I don't. There's like the part of me that wants to see it as like a Simpsons fan. It feels like I should watch all of this, but do I want to see the gradual decline? Do I want to expose myself to that?
Maybe I just check back in. Do you know if Disney Plus, did they like put the new episodes on like right when they air? I wonder.
They put the new seasons on for sure. Because I remember they added whatever season up to, like 31. Like they on their front banner, I remember seeing like, hey, latest season here. But I don't know if they do it by episode.
Maybe I should do some research and be like, all right, people are positive on it again. Where did it pick back up? I'll check back in.
Yeah, right. Like, what's the really good episode? The Death Note thing should be on Disney Plus, I would imagine.
I should go watch that. Yeah.
Yeah. Because that was Treehouse of Horror last year or 2021.
Because the whole ideal was like the whole art style changed, right? It's like truly
the Death Note
like
style,
anime, right?
Yeah, like it's the Death Note style. So just seeing Lisa with the Death Note. Yeah, it's just fun seeing those characters in that style. All right, let's see. This is the last Jiggy in this world. This was a big world, but I guess it's because it's the last one of these like special worlds. Let's see. Flavor tablet needs replacing. You need a vehicle that can carry the tablet to the top of the console, then down the liquid-filled tubes. Fist-a-gun should work. It carries things. I think Fist-a-gun was a good call because we get our cake of having a carry vehicle, but then we have the added bonus of like offense if it becomes necessary.
Yeah.
And what the hell is this? What?
Burritos or larva? Like robot larva or something?
Oh, it's a metal tube, like a pill?
I guess maybe it's supposed to be some sort of electronic, right? Like something you'd see on a circuit board, right?
So I gotta drive this up and then down into that thing.
Oh, you have to you have to do something to it.
Kill anything that dares get in my way.
By the way, I just did a Simpsons Death Note.
Nothing.
Like Google image search, and I need to go watch it.
It looks great, right?
Yeah.
Chat, what's your favorite Simpsons episode? I want to know. Do you have one, Kyle? Like any, a go-to?
No, not maybe if I had to think about it, especially having
a favorite.
Yeah, I know there's this sort of common ones like the monorail one and stuff, but which is good. I like that episode, but there was a consistency to that show for a while where they were all really solid, and I don't know if there was anything that really, like rewatching it recently, I'd never had a moment where I was like, man, that was like one of the best,
Right.
But I bet if I went,
I've had more moments where it's like I think I underrated this episode at the time.
Right.
I don't know if this was one of my favorites, but now it is.
There was a joke that really got me recent, where it's supposed to be like Lord of the Flies parody, right? Where all the kids get stuck on an island. And it really made me laugh that the episode ended. And they're just like, I think it might have even been James Earl Jones. Like they got James Earl Jones to come on the narration at the end and be like, let's just say all the kids were saved by, I don't know, Mo, which was just like the funniest hand wave to me of we don't care about resolving this, and Mo is of course the most unlikely character to have made an effort to save children from a boat crash or whatever. So that just really made me laugh. Just
Yeah,
like,
'cause that's when Otto crashes the bus. Right. And then he's like, I'm gonna go get help, guys, and he just gets like washed away or whatever.
yeah. So I mean, that episode's fine. The episode doesn't really stand out to me in a big way, but just that end, it just like what it said about the nature of that show. Of like, it doesn't matter, guys. Like, we're just trying to tell funny parodies. Like, we're not worried about the larger narrative structure here. The kids will be back next week. Don't worry about it. Is what that joke says to me.
I was watching a Lionel Hutz compilation not too long ago. He's like one of my favorite characters of that era.
Yeah, he's good.
R.I.P. Phil Hartman. But yeah.
Is that a Hartman character?
Yeah, him and Troy McClure.
Yeah, Troy McClure. Like that's the Lionel Hutz.
It's one of those things where like even if the seasons after him are like good, it sucks that like you lose those two really good side characters.
Right. Oh, you know what? Okay, Lionel Hutz is like the lawyer, right?
Yeah.
Okay, I was thinking of the guy that's just like always down on his luck, who's just always.
Gil.
Gil, yeah.
Oh yeah, Gil here, yeah.
Yeah.
Gil didn't come till like much later.
Okay,
like,
yeah.
Like, I think I want to say like season 7 or 8 is when he's like really introduced into the show. Like I remember like when I rewatched it on Disney being like surprised by it. I'm like, wow, I didn't realize Gil came this late. Which I guess is now early in the grand scheme of how long the show's been on, but like I was like, man, I guess as a kid I don't have a sense of like seasons.
Yes, yeah. It's just
except
like,
when you watch like the really old episodes, you can tell like, okay, this is one of the old ones. But yeah, Gil and Disco Stew too. Disco Stew wasn't for a little while.
Oh, he came. Okay.
Because he was Also, I'm trying to figure out how the heck do I get up there? So I think that's where I gotta drop this.
Are you supposed to have like a helicopter situation?
Oh man, that might be the rank. Because I gotta drop it into the hole, or unless maybe that's not it. Unless it's somewhere else, but I mean, regardless, the helicopter might be the right call. Helicopter with a cart.
Helicopter with a cart.
Helicarter. Yeah, I think I have a propeller cart, like because we did one challenge that required such a thing. Where is it? Yeah, helicopter car.
Okay, there we go.
That's a Holly joint. She named that.
The ruffian Gruff is calling out all the Treehouse of Horror episodes, which those are, yeah, I mean.
See, now it's what's the best Treehouse of Horror gag?
So here's I'd have to like think about how old I was. I was certainly old enough to understand like The Simpsons and stuff, but like I remember watching a Treehouse of Horror, and I think it was the one where Bart has like a long lost twin that they keep in the attic and they feed, and which like truly freaked me out as a child, like really scared me genuinely.
Like
but
Bart
also,
himself, or just the concept of...
The concept, right?
Okay.
Like the idea that there was like a child upstairs that they were just feeding fish heads. Like it's weird, but it truly unnerved me. But also, I didn't really realize that those episodes are not canon, right?
Oh, at the time. Okay.
Yeah, like when I was young, I was like confused. I was like, wait, so Bart's just gonna have like a long lost brother in the attic for the rest of The Simpsons, and like
this is just the show now.
Yeah, and like the same with there was one where Homer like has to share a head with Mr. Burns, which might have been like the same episode or something. And even I remember at the time I was like, this is what The Simpsons is gonna be from now on. Like,
it's like you watch the Poochie episode and we're like, I guess Roy is part of the family.
Yeah, exactly.
Which is also one of my favorite like one-off gags is Roy.
That's actually another really good one.
That's one of my favorites. Like it's probably in my top 10 episodes. The Poochie one.
Because even watching it, it's one of those situations where like, I know all the memes. Like, I know what Poochie means to pop culture now and everything, but it's still like you watch it and you're like, this is still very funny. Like the reason it has become such a pop culture touchstone and a meme is because it's really very funny, like the way they approach it and
and
the sort of fourth wall of it all.
It's almost sad a little bit because it's like, it's like a self-fulfilling prophecy. Of like the whole point of that episode is to make fun of like long-running shows and like what shows have to do to sort of stay relevant and like jumping the shark, and then that's what happened to The Simpsons basically. Of like, oh, the longer this goes, I drowned.
Yeah, you drowned.
Didn't know I could drown because I have to guide the thing there, right?
You don't like are we doing this right? Like,
yeah, he's like down up the thing and then down the liquid-filled tubes to get it to the tank. I just don't know. I guess I could have done that quicker, like the swimming part at least.
Yeah,
at least I could assume. So I don't know what else I could do if I have to guide it down there. I don't have a submarine.
You're not making a submarine, yeah. I tried again, I guess. I just know that you're sort of in a rush,
It's weird. It's like I can get to up there easily. Is the swimming part, and that's less of a time limit thing. That's just a lung capacity thing.
Right. Yeah.
Oh, jeez, really bumping. My chair is blinking. It's about to fly off.
Oh no.
Don't like that. Just giving Banjo concussions.
I know. You hit his head hard up on that ceiling. That was rough.
Sorry, buddy. I mean, he's probably got a hard head. He's not the sharpest tool in this. He's like a Homer-esque character. Some might say.
I think Banjo's a little smarter than Homer.
I don't know. If you see the cars that he makes, it's not too far from the car that Homer designed.
That's right.
All right. Let's see. Let's go. I was struggling to remember how to swim underwater because I basically have never had a reason to do that yet.
Yeah, I was wondering. Yeah, I was gonna say maybe you could let it sink down there and go catch your breath, but like I don't think that's gonna be any quicker, honestly.
Yeah, I'm just following. Where's my breath? Okay, there it is on the left.
Which looks a lot like a beer shape. I don't know why it's yellow.
It's like a butter beer. It's the Wizarding World before this.
Or it's like Banjo's bladder, maybe.
I mean, maybe really I should have 2 breaths because Kazooie is also holding her breath. Can I have 2 meters? Because that's how that works, right?
Yeah, she should.
We share lungs.
Yeah, she doesn't. She breathes until you need to stop breathing. Did you do? You did it, I guess. Yeah. And you got the TT trophy.
Yeah, I added flavor to this punch, whatever this is. Now it's the Grimace Shake.
Oh no, we know what happens with that.
I almost ordered it the other day. Do people not like it? Is it bad? Is that the rap that it's getting?
No. Look, I think people like it fine. I think it's just become this meme where the idea is that Grimace is murdering everybody. It's like I love it. It feels like such an anti-corporate thing.
It's like a weird creepypasta thing.
Yeah, like that the kids quote unquote are doing, where it's just like I would love to be on a fly in the wall of like McDonald's like marketing meetings and stuff, because it's like they can't do anything. Like, what do they even do? Like, like they're the milkshake has become associated with like murder. And it's like all that they can do is just wait around for the internet to forget about it,
I don't know why. All they got to do is just sit back and watch the money pour in.
I mean, honestly, the sales are probably up just from kids wanting, because it's like it's free advertising, right?
Yeah, whatever gets it done, hey. They already have a creepy clown as their mascot, so they should be used to this. Also, the cops are on my ass again for some reason.
Yeah, you didn't even do anything this time.
I just showed up. There we go.
I think that shake, I think it's like a blueberry flavor. I think.
It'd be grape if it's purple.
Yeah, I don't know.
Does anyone have the Grimace Shake in chat? Is it good?
And survived, to be clear.
It's like, should I go out of my way to get that?
Well, it's temporary, I guess.
I have a McDonald's like right across the street from me, so I could very easily. Actually, I have 2 very close to me for some reason.
Yeah. No, everyone does. It's terrible.
Yeah, it's like, honestly, the decision to decide which one to go to comes down to like which one has a shorter line, I guess.
Yeah. The best McDonald's. Oh, you got to go to this one. It's the best McDonald's.
Cops, why am I in trouble?
Jiggy's fair and square. I don't know what their deal is.
Popo, holding man down. That door.
It's kind of satisfying to just deliver a bunch of jiggies all at once,
especially when
isn't it,
the
to watch
cops are mad that you're doing it. You
For
do it in
whatever
front of them. Yeah, they're like, we'll get you next time. Where did that door open up?
Changeling in the chat says, "Wow, didn't expect Banjo-Kazooie to have GTA police." Hey man, that was like the popular trendy game thing to do all the way through.
This came out the same year as GTA 4.
Yeah.
They were like, we can beat them.
The one that I always think of is Ultimate Spider-Man. Basically had like a mode where playing as Venom, you would just like basically get GTA stars by causing destruction in the city, you know?
Yeah. Which is like a weird concept for that character of like, what are they gonna do to him?
Yeah, right.
It's like they can get mad all they want, but it's Venom. Like, are we gonna see like a screen where Venom's getting arrested? It's like busted.
I want to revisit those old, like Ultimate Spider-Man and the one we were talking about, Web of Shadows, the other day.
I have my PS2 copy of Ultimate Spider-Man, and I have a PS2. I have 2 PS2s actually.
I think that game's actually quite rare now, or maybe just specifically the GameCube version. GameCube games are super rare these days. Let's see, Ultimate Spider-Man PS2 on eBay. Let's see.
Yeah, I remember. I think Hulk is, because I saw Changeling point out Hulk Ultimate Destruction's pretty rare, and I think I don't know what it is now, but I remember looking on eBay years ago because I wanted to buy it, and I was kind of like, I had a bit of sticker shock.
Yeah, let's see. It's like, I see one here for like $30. So that's not crazy.
Yeah, I mean $30. Yeah, that's I can do that.
Do they have the booklet though? Gotta have the booklet. We're
One
pro
of my
booklets here.
One of my dream replays, even before I worked here, and I was hoping that you guys would do it, and you never did. I think you did a replay roulette of it. Was the Neversoft Spider-Man game from 2000?
Oh, like the PS1 game?
Yeah, because that was I loved that game as a kid. Like I replayed it so much. I wore that disc out because I'm a huge Spider-Man fan, and to me that was like the first time a video game got Spider-Man right for me.
Right, yeah.
And that was my favorite Spider-Man game probably until the Insomniac one. As much as I love Spider-Man 2, but a lot of that love is for the web swinging. Like the open world stuff was pretty you know? Yeah. It was like every GTA clone at the time. We're like, hey, it does the thing, but maybe not as well. But like as a complete Spider-Man game, and I also like that it was an original story, it wasn't retelling the movie. Like it felt like, because I was also like super into the Fox Kids Spider-Man show. So it's like, oh man, this game has everyone. It's got Venom, it's got Carnage, Doc Ock, like everyone's here, and it's this cool, and like Black Cat and Captain America have cameos, and Daredevil. Like it was the best thing ever. And I've always wanted to do a super replay of the game, and I've always just wanted to replay because I've not touched that game probably since 2000.
I mean, a big part of replay sort of history is like playing PS1 games, right? Specifically.
Yeah.
I'm looking it up on How Long to Beat to see how long that first one is.
Honestly, it can't be long, because I would beat that game in like a day. Like I was so good at it that I could get through it in a sitting. So it's got to be at least it's probably like 4 or 5 hours if I had to guess.
So they have. Yes. So it was the N64. Was that just a port of the PlayStation 1 game, or is that a different game?
Wait, which game?
Spider-Man on N64.
Yeah, that was just a port.
It was the same game, right?
Yeah.
Okay, because they weirdly, I don't seem. That's what they have listed on How Long to Beat. It says about 7 hours.
I think if I remember correctly, because Spider-Man, it had a bunch of unlockable costumes, including. At the time, the best one I thought was the Ultimate, or like a Spider-Man Unlimited costume. Cause I think the Spider-Man Unlimited, the show, was on at the time, or had just wrapped up. But I think Joel Jewett was in the game, or James, who was like the head of Neversoft at the time.
Okay.
I think he was like a skin for Spider-Man, like a character, if I remember correctly.
Like a human person?
Like just him, yeah.
Oh, weird.
I mean, but this was also like peak Tony Hawk with all those weird characters too, like secret characters.
Right, yeah. Yeah, man, we should consider that for a future one. I'd be up for watching you play that game.
Also, the
never
sequel,
played that one.
Spider-Man 2 Inner Electro, underrated. No one ever talks about that one. But it's a direct sequel to that Neversoft Spider-Man game. And it was awesome at the time because the one thing that annoyed me about the first Neversoft Spider-Man game was that Spider-Man didn't have his web design on his suit. Like, the texture was just solid red.
Oh, just probably because of the limitations of the PlayStation, I would
Well,
imagine.
but Spider-Man 2, they added it, and that was also a PS1 game. Like, the sequel, they fixed it, I guess.
Yeah, or they figured it out. You know, that,
Yeah,
like,
they figured it out, yeah.
yeah.
But that was the one thing I would have to kind of use my imagination and pretend was, like, fine with that. I was like, oh, he doesn't have his web design. But then
It'll do.
When I saw the Spider-Man 2, like, screenshots, I was like, oh, they did it, yeah!
It's so fun. That's probably like a thing where it was like, well, you know, there's some meeting. They're like, well, if we include the lines, our frame rate
can't have
drops,
Venom.
you know, down to like.
We literally can't fit the Venom character model if we have the lines. So what's it
Yeah.
gonna be?
God knows what the frame rate on that game was. I mean, I'm guessing it was less than 30. It was probably like 20 or something, right?
Yeah, probably. But yeah, God, that game's so. I have so many fun. I played that on the PlayStation Underground demo disc before.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I was one of those kids, and I remember feeling so cool because I was like the only kid in my friend group that was a PlayStation Underground subscriber, so I got like first dibs on like the demos, and I would tell them,
like you got it sent to you.
Yeah, they would mail them like every month or however often it was, and you'd be like I played Metal Gear Solid for the first time that way, and a bunch of like Tekken 3 and a bunch of other stuff, and I would tell them like I played this new game you guys might not have heard of on this demo disc, and it's looking pretty good. And
Yeah, and now at Game Informer, like you do it on a grand scale, like you know.
like, I know this announcement that you guys are gonna be
But I'm
pretty happy
saying
in a few months.
playing games before anybody else too, you know.
It was it was
All
just
practice.
the prelude. Yeah, I got practice on my bragging. I don't brag on this job, just to be clear. Also, how did these guys suddenly catch up? I felt like I was really doing well, and then like the whole gang just showed up.
Is this just a race? Is that what's happening here?
Because I'm in third right now. Bullets don't seem to do much. Well, actually, maybe not. That guy's part is blinking like it's gonna fall off. I don't think it.
Oh, that'd be cool.
It looks like a wheel, so I don't think it'll really matter. But it looks like you can do some damage. It reminds me of like, did you see that news story that Delta flight that landed in North Carolina without its front landing gear?
No.
Yeah, it was like
so that's
few
a
days
crash
ago.
at that point.
No,
right?
they landed safely. Like they pulled it off. Like nobody was hurt. But you see the images of it on the runway just like tipped to the ground with no landing gear. I don't know how they did that or what that would feel like on the plane, but apparently they did it the best possible ways. They were like no one was hurt, which is great, you know.
I wonder if I was in that situation and the pilots were pretty confident, right?
Like after they make the announcement that this is the situation.
No, that's what I'm getting at. It's like
Okay.
it's like we're gonna be fine, but it's gonna be a rough landing. Would I want to know, right? Or would it be better if they were like, "All right, everybody, we're on the ground. By the way, our landing gear was messed up." You know, like or like, do you want the anxiety before the landing, or do you want the like, you know, the sort of just the?
Yeah. Also, thank you
I mean,
for the sub.
if there's some real danger, right? Like they need to let you know.
I think even if there wasn't danger, I think legally they would have to let you know. Somebody might be like, "Oh, I should have known," right?
I could have gotten off.
Why was that? I could have done something about this. It's like you don't really have a choice. It's like it's gonna happen whether you like it or not. We're giving you the courtesy of giving you a heads up.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Crocodile gifted a sub to the Ruffian Gruff. Thank you, Crocodile. You've given 10 gift subs in this channel. Thank you.
Oh yeah. And yeah, you get access to the Game Informer Discord. And you sub to our Twitch, by the way. I think I'm gonna whip out the slippery dog.
Slippery dog.
It's coming out
this
the
might
hanger.
This might be the last
Yeah, I was gonna say
event.
this will be. Yeah.
We
Slippery dog.
gotta get ready for this long weekend, man.
Heck yeah.
We got stuff we don't have to do.
You got fireworks to shoot? Do you do that? Are you a fireworks person?
No. Indiana Joneses to see, maybe?
Oh God, that is out today. I am not filled with confidence based on the like scuttlebutt I've heard about the quality.
Yeah,
of the film,
reviews are. I feel like the big review I've seen is like it's fine. They play it really safe, you know. After trying something weird with Kingdom of Crystal Skull, they're like,
yeah, it's kind of like, I guess as long as it's better than the last movie, that's kind of good enough, right?
I need to
And it's a
rewatch
new
that
indie movie, and it's God knows, like how many more Harrison Ford films I'll get to see in theaters at this point.
Yeah.
So it's kind of like I'll probably wind up just going to go see it. It's like, I love indie. I'm a big indie guy.
Oh, cool. Yeah, me too. I love. Yeah.
I'm one of
Those
the
were movies
weirdos
I
that
rewatched
likes
a lot.
Temple of Doom.
That was one I just never really watched when I was young. I think it was like in my house. I just had the VHSs for Last Crusade and Raiders of the Lost Ark. Right. I just didn't have Temple of Doom.
Okay.
So it's one I probably only truly watched like once. I think.
Temple of Doom was my first. I
whole
got
crew overtook you. What happened?
So what
there?
happened is that I guess I do need guns because I got shot with something that blew out all my engines. So I only had my small crappy engine, so that's why I slowed down so much.
Yeah. Okay. All right. I was like, wow. What? How did they
Yeah,
all
they
overtake
just got
you in one?
they got one good shot in, and it just ruined my day.
Okay. Yeah. So sorry, I interrupted you. What were you saying about?
Well, I was saying
Temple
Temple
of
of
Doom?
Doom was my first indie movie.
Oh, it was your first. Oh, okay.
Yeah, so I think that's why, like, it's got that, you know, like that nostalgia of like, oh wow, it's my first time introduced to this character. And then I saw Raiders not long after I saw Temple, but like.
Well,
yeah.
I'm guessing your parents wanted you to watch it in timeline order, right? they were very concerned
yeah,
about
my mom
that.
was really, yeah, she's like, you can't know. They're like, if you
gotta
get
watch
the super dark one out the way, then you're going to be ready for how Raiders ends.
Yeah, but because Temple of Doom is in the timeline is the first one, right? It takes place before
Apparently, yeah.
Raiders of the Lost Ark, right?
Which would explain why you don't see the lady again from the second one.
Yeah. Well, she went and married the director, so she was busy.
All right, I don't like. Oh, he's shooting me from behind. You know what? I'm sorry. I just on principle, I can't. I gotta. He did the thing that you have been advocating for, Kyle, where he had guns on the back of his plane and he was shooting me when I got like up behind him. And I can't.
Right.
I can't like let him one up me like that. We gotta do something.
The Ruffian Gruff says The Last Crusade is the first indie movie they saw. Not. They're all good. They're all standalone ultimately, right? But it would be kind of weird to start with that one, I suppose.
Yeah, a little bit, but get that Sean Connery.
I saw on TikTok actually. I was aware of the show. I think it's called the Young Indiana Jones Chronicles. Is that what it's called?
Yeah,
Or the Adventures of Young Indiana Jones.
Something like yes, I remember that.
And I watched a few episodes of when I was young, but it's like apparently there was one episode because like I think the way it would work is like Harrison Ford wasn't there really, but the idea was like Indiana Jones was telling a story about his childhood, I think, right? So you'd have like the prologue and then like the episode and then maybe like an epilogue that took. Does that make sense?
Yeah, I haven't. It's my memory's fuzzy of it. I didn't watch like a ton of it.
But apparently there is one episode that Harrison Ford was in. Okay. Where like he is in the prologue and then he tells a story and then that's the episode is like the story that Harrison Ford is telling and then there's like an ending with him. So you get like 10 minutes of canonical Harrison Ford as Indiana Jones footage, right? Like in this one episode.
Okay. Okay, just spruce that up a little bit. Okay, this.
Yeah, the Young Indiana Jones Chronicles. That's what. Yeah.
It almost sounds like what. Did you ever watch Jackie Chan Adventures?
Yeah, the animated show. Yeah.
Amazing show, fantastic show. Go out of your way to watch it. But I almost wish that Indiana Jones is a similar thing, where it's like, oh, it's like a fictional version of like the actor or their character, But at the end of the show, we have real Harrison Ford. Because remember, at the end of Jackie Chan, they had actual Jackie Chan that would ask like fan questions. He'd be like, "Hey, ask Jackie,"
really?
and it'd just be random stuff like, "Oh, what's your favorite food?" or I don't know, how's Chris Tucker? But I would love to see a version of that for Indiana Jones, just so you can get surly Harrison Ford
Oh my God.
asking little kids questions.
I watched Shrinking recently, the Apple show that he's on.
I haven't heard that.
Yeah, it's good. It's and he plays. It's a comedy.
I thought
and it's
downsizing the movies. Like, wait.
No, it's about therapists basically.
Oh.
And he plays like a therapist who like runs a practice, and like he's very funny in it because you don't really just see him you don't often see him be just straight up comedy, right?
Yeah.
He's very funny, but like, and as I was watching it and being like, ah, man, Harrison Ford is so great. I was like, damn, this guy has made a career out of being really good at just not wanting to be anything, right? Like that's like, because like Han Solo, his whole thing is like, I'm trying to get out of here, you know, and Harrison, and even Indiana Jones is just always kind of like, you know, captured by Nazis, and he's like trying to get out of there.
Yeah, Air Force One, he's like, I'm just on a plane, come on.
Yeah. And like The Fugitive, he's just like, I'm just trying to get back home to, you know, like, and like, but he's just, because he's so good at that.
He's really good at being inconvenienced.
Right. He's like, it's entertaining to watch him be annoyed, you know?
Fugitive, yes. Dr. Mono saying The Fugitive.
But I have been enjoying.
Just trying to not be accused of something that I didn't do.
Yeah.
This is a big inconvenience for me.
But I have been enjoying seeing his little interviews for Indiana Jones, which is like, oh, I'm surprised he's doing these like press kind of rounds and stuff. But
I mean, if he'll do it for Star Wars, he'll do it for Indy.
Yeah, I guess, yeah. But there was someone, I saw one clip on like TikTok or something, where there was like an interviewer who was like, oh, my dad loves Indiana Jones. And Harrison Ford, in a very jovial, funny way, not like truly angry, was like, everyone's telling me that. Why am I the conduit? Why are these people just having to tell me that their dad loves Indiana Jones? Or like, what? Like, do you want me to talk to your dad? But it's like, but it's Harrison Ford, so you're like, oh, Harrison.
It's like, do you like me, or is it just telling me you're relaying a message from your parents?
Yeah, it's very funny. I mean, all his stuff on Conan is so great.
Oh, the stuff like, I mean, the George Slansky, like the Death Star thing.
Yeah, or yeah, like, yeah. Where he's
or
just
the Millennium
like,
Falcon, I think it was, yeah. I still like,
man.
even though I know a lot of his like his demeanor and like the reputation of him, like people say, oh, he's unfriendly, and it's like, no, not really. He's just being him. Like some of it he plays up. But
yeah,
there's still times
so,
where like
yeah.
he'll give an answer that is just like so cold, right? I feel bad for the person asking the question.
Yeah, I would be very scared to interview him. If he is,
I would love to meet him, but I would be terrified.
Yeah, like if he's like involved in the video game, the
the Machine Games one.
Yeah, if he's like doing the voice work or something, and he's like, you know, they offer him up for like an interview, I would be so intimidated. I'd be like, God,
especially
this guy
like,
does not want to talk about video games with me. Like this is like, you know?
God, especially if it's like those press junkets where like he's dealing with multiple people in a row, so he's just like tired of seeing it. Like I'm gonna be like, it's like, can I be one of the first ones so that he's not like all the way sick of answering the same questions probably before it's my turn?
I mean, I think we've probably both participated in those at this point, Marcus, and those are tough. I feel bad for the actors, and then I'm also like, I know you. This sucks for me too, man. I promise. Like, you know,
yeah, it's like I have questions, but you've probably like I wish I could offer you a specific like new question, but I also only got 5 minutes with you, so I kind of have to hit the boilerplate stuff that I need for what I need to write about. And you're gonna be like, oh, this person can't come up with anything creative. It's like I don't have time to. I wish I could.
Yeah, it's tough.
Alrighty, we'll call it a day here as we get nice little
I think it's a good spot.
panoramic shot here of this area. We did not finish that plane thing. That's pretty tough. That's gonna be a problem to solve. But when we come back, you got a ton of
jiggies though. You got like 7 or 8 or something today, didn't you? You did pretty well.
Yeah, and we got this whole world here full of jiggies to clean out when we get back.
Sweet.
So yeah, thanks for watching, chat. We'll see you next week with part 9 of our Banjo-Kazooie Super Replay. Have a good 4th of July for all of our fellow Americans out there, and have a great weekend in general, everyone. Bye-bye.
See ya.